Yo, this is the Streetwise Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew McReynolds. I'm a franchise consultant, a multi-brand franchise owner, a father, a husband, a fitness enthusiast. And it is my mission to help you get off of zero and join the rest of us in achieving your dreams. Get your popcorn ready, buckle up, let's go. All right, everybody, today we got our community spotlight. We're talking to Bill Wash with the Allen Contemporary Theater. I think this is really cool that we can put this episode out right now. They have some shows that are coming up this weekend. This episode's coming out in October 2023. So for those of you who listen to this podcast on the regular and you live in the Allen or surrounding, McKinney, Plano, Wiley, shout out Murphy, DFW as a whole, come check out Allen Contemporary Theater this weekend. For those of you who live far away, there are things going on in your community that you could and should get involved in. There's so many cool groups, so many cool people that are doing special things in their community. All you got to do is look. There's so much value that can be added from these groups into your life, but there's also ways that you could probably give back and add back to them. It's just about finding something that fits and something that you can find passion in and you can get excited about. So enjoy this episode. Take a listen. It's cool to hear Mr. Bill's passion for what he does. For me, it was cool to learn a little bit more about the industry and theater. I didn't come up doing this stuff, but I think it's so cool and I wish I did. And so I thoroughly enjoyed talking to Mr. Bill. I hope you got your popcorn ready. You're going to like this one. I'll see you on the other side. Mr. Bill Wash, welcome to the Streetwise Podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah, super happy to have you join. I think the audience is going to get a kick, especially those in the Allen community. So tell me a little bit about the Allen Contemporary Theater and your role with the organization.
Well, it actually started back in 2010. Gina Graham and her husband moved to the Allen community.
Okay.
Noticed that there was no community theater, so to speak, here in the community, and so they started it up. They worked out of churches. That was their stages. They had a couple churches that allowed them to come in and do productions there. And so they did that until just a few years ago. We got a permanent space and were able to have our own theater, which was very exciting because then we were really able to put together some really quality productions. And if you've been there or if you've seen any of the productions over the last few years, you know that we gather all the great talent of the area and put them on stage. So it's pretty nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Where does the talent mostly come from? Are these high school students at college? Are they adults? Where's everybody coming from to join you guys on the actor side?
Well, actually, it's these are semi-professional actors.
Wow.
That's one thing that I've always been really amazed, and it just blows my mind to see the talent that we have up on the stage. The actors come from anywhere from as far north as, say, Denton, all the way down to Dallas, all along the corridor. There's a number of really great theaters, live theaters up and down 75 and over to the west and east of us. But that's where we gather all our talent. You'll see actors on our stage that if you go to, say, Richardson or Plano or Frisco or something, you'll see some of the same actors because they do performances at different locales around the area. And again, let me just reiterate how the professionalism of these actors. They really are incredible. I used to get my wife tickets to the Dallas Summer Musicals down at Fair Park. And we used to get in the car, drive down 75, deal with the parking, deal with the dinner and all that stuff down there, and then drive all the way back, and it'd be 11, 12 o'clock at night before we finally got back home. Well, I found Allen Contemporary Theater, and now we go out to dinner with friends here in Allen. We go to the theater, we see an incredible show, and we're back home by 10 o'clock. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And then the caliber of talent that we see there, dare I say, equals what we see down in Fair Park.
Yo, thanks for listening this far. It's at this point in the episode that I want to talk about Streetwise franchising, teaching, training, building, Streetwise franchising. As a franchise consultant, it's my job, it's my absolute pleasure to be able to help aspiring entrepreneurs find, launch, and build their ideal business. If you've always wanted to start your own business, but you don't know where to start. If you want to leave that corporate job, but you're a little afraid to take the risk, I'm here to help. I've been a franchise owner for almost a decade. I've learned what it means to build a team, to run a business, to struggle. And I know, based on my experience, how to help others find the right ideal business for them. Streetwise franchising. Stay humble, stay hungry, stay streetwise. Let's get back to the episode. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so how did you get involved with the theater?
Well, years and years ago, actually before I met my wife, I was with a group called Throbbing Spatula Theater, which was a comedy group. It was that's kind of strange. And my wife still married me. She saw me perform and still married me. So
nice.
That's a lot about our love. But I got a taste of the stage. We performed in Deep Ellum, in Fort Worth, areas like that. And then I got on with my career. I was in the restaurant business for 40 years, the last 26 of them being with Chili's. And so I got into that and got out of the theater, but I still had friends that were in the theater. Namely one in particular, Kelly Clarkson. Not that Kelly Clarkson, but another Kelly Clarkson.
Okay.
And she kept on trying to get me back into the theater, get me back on stage. And I kept on saying, no, I'm too busy. I can't do that. Well, I retired a few years ago, and she just jumped all over me to do stuff. And I said, well, maybe I'll help with the sets. So I jumped in. I helped with the sets. They quickly promoted me to the master builder, which means I'm the man that is in charge of building all the sets for all the productions in Allen Contemporary Theater. And then soon thereafter, I was asked to join the board for Allen Contemporary Theater. So I have a kind of a dual role there. And so that's what I've been doing the last I guess it's been a little over a year now.
Wow. Okay. No, that's really cool. That gives me a lot to work with. Yeah. So I'm assuming you spend a good bit of time at the theater because of your dualistic roles. How do you manage to break up your day? I'm assuming building sets probably takes more of your week than your role as a board member, but what percentage do you spend in each role? And then how do those roles differ for your day-to-day routine?
Well, I am lucky that I live about 2 minutes away from the theater.
Nice.
It's beautiful. All my work, during my career, I was traveling 30 minutes or whatever on roads to get to work and then get back home. So this is a beautiful, wonderful, there's no traffic, there's no traffic jams, nothing of that. So I just run down to the theater, like I said, 2 minutes away. We usually, for a production, we spend Monday through Friday, about 10 o'clock in the morning till about 4 or 5 at night. And we spend that time building the sets. I have another gentleman, or two gentlemen that help me out, John Farmer and Ken Nelson, and they also are both retired. And so we go down there. We have a great time building. We get to play with the tools and hammers and saw things and screw things together. It's a wonderful thing.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, 3 old farts, just And so we do that Monday through Friday for a build. And then we have 3 weeks off where they have the actual productions. So that's kind of what I do on that side of the fence.
And as a board member, what are some of the things that you have to focus on?
As a board member, my primary thing is going out and promoting the theater. I'm the guy that goes out and well, that's how I met you.
Right. Yeah. At the Allen Chamber
At
of
the Chamber
Commerce.
of Coffee, yeah.
That's right.
So I go to those things. I go to different networking things that they have out and about. I also talk to people about sponsorships and ads for the theater, and try to raise money so that we can have these great productions that we've been known to have. So that's.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going. Go ahead
No,
and finish.
please go.
How I'm curious, how has networking affected the growth and the awareness of the theater out into the community from your perspective?
Well, I'll give you an example. When I first came to the chamber, the Allen Chamber of Commerce, I stood up and I asked everybody. I said, "So, how many? Show me by show of hands, how many of you people have been to a performance at the Allen Contemporary Theater?" I had maybe 1, 2 people show their hands. A year later, I asked the same question of the chamber. About a quarter of them raised their hands.
Okay, let's
I was
go.
really, really impressed with.
That's awesome.
Yes, most definitely. So it does make a difference. It really does make a difference.
Wow. Okay, well that's really cool. Yeah, you hit that one on the head right there. How does the structure of actors and the talent work? So if these guys are kind of rotating around, is there essentially a pipeline that, they come from a certain space and then they find you guys and then they make it at a higher level, or how does it work? How do you curate the talent?
Well, we have, like I said, they travel around. They look at productions that they want to be a part of and audition. So we do have
Okay.
auditions from time to time. If you go on to allencontemporarytheater.net, there's a section on there where you can find upcoming auditions, how to sign up
Sweet.
for them, and be a part of it, which is it's always fun, and it's all different levels of. If you've been in the theater for many years or you're just trying to get into it, there's different parts that you might be able to be a part of. So that's always good. I think you and I talked about classes and everything,
That's right.
and we do offer different kid classes and adult classes throughout the year too, which is always a nice thing to be a part of.
Yeah, I was actually very interested in that. I think there's a lot of value in being able to stand up in front of a room and be able to improvise, to be able to speak,
Yeah.
to be able to perform in a way. I think there's value from little kids all the way up to adults. And so, yeah, I did ask about that. That's really cool. I guess, where do you see theater adding the most value in the people that are involved? What do they love the most about it? What is there a trending theme of why people decide that, oh, I really want to be a part of this?
Well, it's on 2 different levels. You have the actors, which become a huge family. It
Okay.
really does. You have people that I work with at Allen Contemporary Theater, and then let's say I go to the Courtyard Theater in Plano, and I see some of the same people. I love that because it broadens my sphere of the theater. It
Absolutely.
really
Okay.
makes it the theater world, for me at least, bigger because I see them in another venue. So that's always nice. For the audience, I think I'm sorry, for the actors themselves too. It's basically the same thing. They get to experience different theaters, and their family grows as well because they're working with other actors. So it's for the actors, for the people that are going to see it, the audience, it's almost like expanding your family. It really is, because as you get to know these people, it's a warm, fuzzy feeling, basically.
Like there's a strong sense of community.
You nailed it right on the head. A strong sense of
Yeah.
community. Yes, most definitely.
Okay, that's really cool. What are some of the struggles that are the hard parts about kind of maybe building sets, or I'm just imagining in my head, managing a schedule. What are some things that are pun intended behind the curtain that somebody like me that's not involved, they just wouldn't know about what it takes to create these really cool experiences for people.
Well, actually, we're really blessed with a great group of people that I get to work with. The designers of the set, the directors, the actors, all that stuff, the stage managers. We have a painter for our sets. Her name is Casey Bush. She paints stuff that I have seen audience members go up to the stage just to see if it's real.
Wow.
We have wooden floors that she's painted, and people literally go up there, get on their knees, hands and knees, and touch the floor to see if it's real.
Wow.
It's absolutely amazing. We have directors that they blow my mind, because we have the schedules that they have to put together for this, and then on top of it, they have a professional 9 to 5 job. So it's amazing, some of the people that are there. We have White Christmas coming up, and that's going to be it's directed by Robin Mead, who is also a board member for the theater. But it's going to be incredible. It's a musical, and the past musicals that I've been a part of at Allen Contemporary Theater have been phenomenal. You'll sit in your seat, you'll listen to the songs, you'll listen to the voices on these people, and the talent. I just can't say enough about it. It's just really incredible.
Oh, you got me amped up, man. I told you, when we first had a conversation at the chamber, that I didn't really go to a lot of theater growing up. It wasn't a thing. But when I started dating my now wife, it was something that we started doing, and we've carried on, and it slowed down a little bit since we've had kids because of the travel, going downtown, doing all that stuff. So I was really excited about, being able to come back into the scene and do it more local. I'm curious, is there a certain genre that you like working with the most?
Not really. I mean, the
Okay.
sets they always present a certain amount of challenge to them.
Okay.
And I love to work with all those, and it's nice that it's varied, because you don't get set in just one little. You build a room. It's always something big and elaborate that we get to play with. So that's always good. For instance, right now we are building for our Halloween show, which is
Okay.
Dr. Montague's Carnival of the Bizarre.
That's right.
Which is actually written by myself and my son, Bishop Wash.
Let's go.
So, this
That's
is the
amazing.
second edition of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how that started. I thought that was really cool when you told me that story. So this is a play that you guys wrote, but you've been performing it for a while. So kind of walk me through how it came from literally your front yard to the stage at the Allen Contemporary Theater.
Yeah, it is kind of a neat little story. When the kids were small, or they were probably 12, 13 years old, and so I asked them if they wanted to put on a Halloween show. So we did it in our front yard. And of course, I decided that they needed a stage. Then they needed the sound. They needed lights. Oh my God, I just went overboard. I always go overboard. But the first show that we put on out there, we called it Dr. Montague's Carnival of the Bizarre. And it was basically an old-time carnival barker sideshow guy. and he had all his freaks come up and do a little bit, here and there. And so the first show that we put on Halloween night, there was about 20, 30 people there. By the end of the fourth year that we did it, I counted over 200 people in my front yard.
Whoa.
Which that was mind boggling. It really was. But then, my kids, they met girlfriends, they met boyfriends, they had sports, other things came into the picture. Then they went off to college. They got jobs, all this kind of stuff. After I joined up with Allen Contemporary Theater, I came across an old script. So I called up my son, Bishop. I said, Bishop, I found this old Dr. Montague script. I have access to a theater. What do you say we update it? We make it for maybe a little bit more mature audience. And let me see if we can put it on down there. He jumped on board, thought that was the best thing in the world.
Nice.
And so we got together, we sat, we wrote, we had a great time. We were laughing our butts off. And then at the very end, when we had a finished product, this was last year, we had a finished product. I stopped and I looked at him. I said, oh gosh, I'm laughing. You're laughing. What if nobody else laughs? So we took it in and we had a table read. We actually got a cast and a director and all. And the whole table started erupting in laughter. So at least I went, whew, at least that's at least somebody else thinks it's funny. So last year we put it on. It was for three performances. Every performance was a sellout, which was great. And then it got great reviews. We had a write-up in the Allen American here in Allen, the newspaper. And we had such a great time that this year we decided to do it again with an all new show. So Bishop and I got together and we started writing. And then about September or so, we had people starting to call up, all the old cast members. Are you going to do another one? Are you going to do another one? We want to be a part of it. Turns out I ended up getting a full cast and crew before we had even finished the script, which was just bizarre. So that put the pressure on. So we ended up, we got our script together, we got it out, and they've been rehearsing, and I've gone to a couple of rehearsals, and oh my God, this cast is absolutely hilarious. They are so good. I just can't wait till this Friday when we have opening night, and it'll be this Friday and Saturday at 8:00, and then Sunday at 3:00. We'll have a 3:00 matinee. And so I'm just so excited to see what they do. It's really interesting to see your printed words come to life.
Wow.
That just is so satisfying.
That is really cool.
A neat feeling.
What's the process of getting a play? So you write the play, and then I'm assuming it might work a little bit different or not. I don't know. I mean, you're a board member, you're involved, but from a play getting written to actors are performing it on a stage in front of an audience, what's that process typically take?
Well, typically what it is that you present a finished, completed script to a panel that selects the plays for the following year. And so they review all these plays. They review plays, professional plays, like we just got finished with on Golden Pond. We're getting ready after Dr. Montague to present White Christmas, the musical. So, but there's other plays too. If it's a locally written play, they just need to have it completed and, polished, present it to the board. The board reviews it and decides if that will go on the following year's agenda for that season.
Got it. Okay. How many plays typically get selected?
Each year we present 7 plays.
7 plays over a certain, throughout the whole year, or are they gapped together?
Yeah,
Okay.
throughout the whole year. So
Got it.
it's 7 plays. 2 of them are going to be musicals. Then on top of that, we have what we call 3 different special events that we have. Usually 2 of them are musical ensembles where we have actors from around the area come in and they sing songs for
Okay.
the evening, and it's a benefit raiser. We it helps us raise money for to build the sets, and
Sure.
if we do any kind of stipends to help pay for some stipends and stuff of that sort. So that's always those are always really fun too. And then one of those events happens to be Dr. Montague's Carnival of Bazaar the last 2 years. So we go in and we have it's just a 1 weekend deal. We come in as full force as we can, try to get as many butts and seats, and then and blow you away with a great night of comedy.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay. That's really cool. Are there any ways that you guys work with or partner with other groups in the community? I know you're involved in the chamber, but anything else?
Yeah. Now, are you talking about other theaters?
Just in general, I love just asking about, groups like you guys. Is there any, some so if you guys are a 501c3, correct?
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, so I know my experience in 501c3s, they typically, work together, so promote stuff together. I didn't
Oh
know if you
yeah,
had any other
yeah,
partnerships in that
yeah.
way.
We're gonna be doing some. I know a halftime show over at the Allen Americans. We'll be
Nice.
doing a Christmas tree lighting over at the Villages of Allen. Some of the cast from White Christmas is going to be over there singing some songs. We do, like I said before, workshops. We have kid workshops, especially in the summertime, where it's a week-long workshop and it goes all day. So it allows the kids to experience or get introduced to theater.
Sure. Is there certain age groups
Uh,
limit on that?
for those, it goes from fairly young, probably about 6 or 7 on up. So even through high school and all, we've got different classes for that.
Really cool. Okay. So outside of coming to seeing the events and the performances and the shows, what or how can people get involved with the theater?
Again, if you go to allencontemporarytheater.net, there is a section in there for volunteers. Now, volunteers, you can come in and you can work our concession stand that we have. You could work helping out with the ticket the ticket takers. You can help with ushering. There's you can even help with me hammering a couple nails and screwing a
There
couple
we go.
screws. But there's all kinds of different things that you can do with that, and just go online and see they'll request different help with all that stuff. And the good thing is, you come in, you usher, or you work at the concession stand, you get to see the show for free.
There it is. Nice.
Good deal.
That's a
Yeah.
great deal.
So if
Yeah.
you're unsure about wanting to spend any money at the theater, come and volunteer,
Come
see what you're
volunteer.
missing, and I guarantee you're going to want to season tickets after that.
Love it. Love it. And are there ways for businesses to have sponsorship opportunities with you guys?
Most definitely. Please, please, please. We are always looking for sponsors where you have advertising opportunities. I would love to sit down one on one and talk to you about some of the programs that we have, some of the packages we have for sponsorships. It allows you to get your name out there with what we have, and then also there's some good benefits from that too. So I would love to talk to anybody. Just to get a hold of me, and I'd love to sit down and talk to you one on one about that.
Sure. Awesome. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Let me just give you my phone number.
All right.
It's 972-854-1519. Just
Awesome.
call that number. You'll get me directly, and we can set up a meeting to to talk about all that stuff.
Awesome. I'll put in the show notes as well, along with the website. So we have Dr. Montague coming out this weekend. I'll have to make sure we get this episode published. I'll push it out real quick. And so it's multiple days this weekend. So is that Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Friday, Saturday at 8 o'clock, Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, October the 27th, October 28th, and then October 29th. If you guys are in the Allen, McKinney, DFW area, and you're looking for something to do, all of them, and come on down from Oklahoma. Let's go.
There you go. Yeah.
Let's put some butts in seats. No, that's really cool. And then when was White Christmas?
White Christmas is coming up. Let's see, when is it? It is going to be December 1st through the 17th, those 3 weekends.
Nice. First 3 weekends of December, we got White Christmas. Well, Mr. Bill Wash, man, I appreciate you so much. We're going to wrap this thing up. We can get this one out to the people, but it's been great to talk to you. It's great to know you, in the Allen Chamber, and it's really exciting to see what cool things are going on here locally. I know, there's a lot of people listening that might not be in the DFW area, but do some digging. There's a lot of cool, fun stuff going on in your community as well. And there's so much opportunity to get connected. Appreciate you for listening, Mr. Bill. Thank you again. Stay humble, stay hungry, stay streetwise. Peace.
Thanks.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap. Thank you for making it to the end. Hey, if you like this episode, if it added value in any way to your life, do me a favor, give it a like, share it with a friend, give me a review, leave a comment, whether that's a rocket emoji, thumbs up, a fire, 100 emoji, leave me something. It's the only way to get this out there to other people, and I appreciate you so much for listening. As always, stay humble, stay hungry, stay streetwise. Peace.